What do you do? This is your boy Shaver Speaks. So I want to talk to you guys about Supergirl. Second season, episode 5, known as Tonight, known as Crossfire. And we learned that we had a lot of that today, in tonight's episode. The episode starts out pretty well. You finally have Mon-El finally beginning to adjust to life in Metropolis. And Carl decides to take him underneath his wing because he's new to the town. He's basically he's the new kid in town. He doesn't know any better. So Carl takes him underneath his wing, and it brings not much to Carl's surprise that he does things his own way, and it takes Carl a little bit to understand that hey, he's not me. He does his own thing. You know, they finally come to a mutual agreement towards the end of the episode. And while everyone begins to know Mike, aka Mon-El, because that's his identity, Mike Matthews. you know, John struggles, with being the sidekick. You heard that when both Kara and John went for a coffee run for lunch, these new armed team thugs, the leader by the name of Meyer had hold of these alien combative weapons that, stopped Supergirl right in her damn tracks. Had Metropolis all shaken up. And it was at that moment the first time we heard of Meyer. The Myers gang is what I'm going to call him because he seemed to be the only name that we had out of all the three suspects. In which John's father's camera, who died in a war, gave to him. And it was at that moment that a light bulb went off in John's head. He had enough. He told Win, he said, all my life I've been the sidekick. All my friends have wore the capes, and I just sat back with my camera. My camera, it was just always me and my camera, and I don't blame him. Being a sidekick is not always the good thing. For example, a good analogy would be having twins. I'm a twin, for example, and even though I'm the oldest one, because of my condition, I always felt like my twin brother was always, like the hero and I was the sidekick. But, eventually, once you begin to find your own individuality, that no longer becomes an issue. And so, at the end of the episode, Wynn decides, you know what, man, I'm going to help you. But only until we come up with a name. And John says, when I come up with a name, everyone will know. And I can't wait to see the hero that John becomes. We also see, Maggie, we learned that Maggie's girlfriend breaks up with her. And it really sets her down the dumps, which is natural. You finally date someone you really thought was going to hit off, it was straight fireworks. And, then all of a sudden she dumps Maggie. And, that really sets her back. And so Alex, being the person that she is, she's there for her and she consoles her. Into which, at one point in the episode, she pursues, I guess you could say, pursues Alex, and she gets the wrong idea. Too forward. I think at one point, I was thinking, wait a minute, is Alex gonna be gay? Which is fine, no problem whatsoever. Do you. Just like she was telling Kara, everyone's not like you. People have their own, you can't impose your own rules onto people, which I learned the hard way, too. So, it was a good, deja vu for me, and, things of that nature. So, I don't know, maybe Alex dropped a little innuendo, maybe she was coming out to Maggie, I'm not sure. That's to be, expected, to be seen, to be continued. And so, also, I was really kind of shocked, and I was a little surprised, but not too surprised, that Cadmus is the mother of, ding ding ding, you guessed it, Lena Luthor. Or Leela Luthor, I'm not sure, I apologize if I get that name wrong. But it was definitely a surprise to Supergirl, aka Kara, because she would have never guessed. And so, and then that makes a lot more sense as to why she wants to, I'll call her Lena until I remember her actual name, as to why she wants to do so much good for the world, so then she can undo the troublesome history and reputation that her family caused, from her brother and now her mother has just found out, has just discovered. So, I'm really curious to see how this next week's episode is going to be. We also received word that Cyber Superman is going to be coming into town pretty damn soon. I can't wait for that shit to happen. There won't be a new episode of The Flash this week. It'll be one probably a couple weeks from now. November 15th. Again, I'll be on the lookout for that one. Be on the lookout for that one. I will be reacting to that one as well, or reviewing, however you want to say it. Kind of same thing to me. That's all I gotta say for this. For this Super Speaks. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment, and all that other jazz, man. Because I love y'all. This is Super Speaks, man. I love y'all.